Hello, let's just start by doing some shaking. So go ahead and get those wrists going, hands and wrists, elbows, shoulders. You can start to bounce the knees and ankles if that feels okay to you. See if you can find from the feet some sort of juiciness, some sort of suction-y, like you're a creature of something. Anyway, having some fun. Just shaking off any stress, shaking off any things that need shaken off, or anything that just wants to be shaken up. And feel that sense of postural tone coming from the bottoms of your feet. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. Just feel that that sense of that foot pressing against the floor, causing a little bounce going on. Take the arms out to the side. You've felt cooped up all winter, or just felt cooped up today. Uncoop up yourself. Take the arms over the head, anywhere you like. Just take it to the side. Have some fun with this. Letting things just really jiggle, shaking it loose. Make some sound. Now just have some fun. Take the legs wider. Now begin to improvise a little bit with yourself. Don't take that pressure, that word, improvise. Just play. Maybe I'm a creature. Maybe I'm a shaking creature. Have fun with yourself. I'm having fun. Let it all fly. Weird, dance it out. Remember, this is not a time to be taking oneself seriously, okay? This is a time to be seeing your inner child. Some sort of, maybe not even your inner child, maybe just your child. So go ahead and just play with anything that's fun, and then begin to bring it down. Find a way to come back. And I moved my mat, I was so enthusiastic. And then just stand and feel that vibrancy, that vitality, that flow. Now, possibly you shook some juiciness, some succulence, some inspiration loose in yourself. Nice. Let's go ahead and take the legs wide, rotate your right foot out, left foot in for some sliding glides, just to start to lubricate the joints. Inhale, exhale, bend that front leg. Inhale up, and then exhale, slide and glide. Feel that sense of lubrication in the joint, that synovial fluid in each joint. If you don't know what the synovial fluid is, you've got a bone and a bone, and when two bones come together, or when two things come together, there's a joint. Hence the word joint, joined. So when two things join, there's a joint. And the joint is actually a space, because it's like my fists here are making a joint. And what's in that space, where our bones are, and other things as well, is called synovial fluid. So it's a joint is space filled with some fluid. So let that synovial fluid, and I'm using that word because synovial fluid is very, very wiggly. So we're adding some synovial fluid in that hip joint, and then bring it on up. And deliberately, feeling synovially, woo. So when things get serious and bound and locked down, and there's not a lot of mobility and not a lot of joint freedom. Now, freedom doesn't mean instability, by the way. The synovial fluid comes and lightens it up, brings a more fluid point of view, if you will. It also provides support. So that fluid also provides support. So it's not instability here. Other side. My left leg now is bending and straightening, and just feeling that idea, synovial. Just do a little giggle to yourself if you can. Just do something out loud if you feel comfortable. And just see if you find a little bit more slide and glide for yourself. It's not about working your muscles right now. It's not about getting that stretch. It's about finding that freedom, that fluidity. And synovial, it's kind of, it's just got a little, I love the little foolishness about it. It's not foolish because it's not a, it's foolish in that it's the fool. It's the innocence. It's that which, ooh. I don't think it takes much personally, actually, synovial fluid. Actually, our systems of the body don't really take that much personally, but it's just moving and having a good time in there. And then finish up, bring your feet together again. And now let's take a couple of vogues, right arm out to the side, take the arm across over the head, palm facing the back wall, palm to the front. Again, feeling it from that synovial fluid. So I can do this with my muscles, really trying to work, really get precise. Or I can do it from the joint fluid here. The joints in my fingers as they come across my wrist, elbow, shoulder, all the way. And then take that arm back behind you, up the back, and back down, palm to the front. So go ahead and over the top, palm facing the back as it goes up behind you, back out, and we'll do one more for here. Taking it across, over the top, back behind you, and release. Just notice, does one arm feel, no, it's maybe a little taller. One arm feel lower somewhere else. Other side. Feel that synovial fluid with the fingers, wrists, elbows, shoulders, over the top. Just a couple plain here just to get the rhythm in case you haven't vogued for a while. And fingers cross over the head, rotating from the joint fluid over the head, and then rotating from the joint fluid. Again, feeling that fluidness as you play. And this time we'll take one, let's just do one more. Now we're gonna add the up the back moment. So here I am, my palm is still facing the back wall. I'm just gonna come up the back and then back, rotate. Cross it back over. We'll do 3 more, taking it up the back, feeling like woo, synovial fluid, hopefully unlocking some stress, some aspect of you that might be taking things a little bit personally, like, oh, my life is so important. Well, it is, it's your life, but there's also more to the cosmos than your life. Great, let's double vogue it. Fingers over the head, and I'll take it into reverse prayer. Back around, over double vogue, reverse prayer. One more time. Stay in reverse prayer if you can, or whatever you can do here, back here. Walk your hands up a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, bend the legs into chair. Inhale up, open the collarbones. Exhale, bend the legs, cascade forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, stand, open collarbones. Exhale, bend legs, cascade forward. Bending the legs. Feel that spine, and then inhale back to neutral. One more time, inhale, exhale, bend to chair. Legs, inhale up, open the collarbones, and then cascade forward. So you can feel that synovial fluid, that sense of fun. Release the arms and just allow shaking, jiggling, fluid flow. Great. All right. We will be back to standing in a momento. Let's come back to fours. We haven't been on fours today, but come to fours. Inhale forward. Now feel that sense of connection in the joint fluid as you exhale, slide back to child's pose. Inhale up, curl toes under, exhale to down dog. I'm going to repeat that a few times. from that feeling of connecting all that fluid in the body, that fluid through your joints. Inhale up, slide and glide. Find that sense of play. One more time. Exhale, slide it back. Inhale up. Don't worry about getting things right today. Just have some fun with your play. Inhale, now exhale, slide your right leg back behind you. Place the bum on the floor. Left arm over the head as you step onto your left foot. Come, bring it on up. And exhale, come back down. Hands to the floor. Bring your right knee in, knee to the nose, and then extend. Take that leg out to the side and then kick it back. Do about 4 more of those. So I'm just playing here, bringing everything in, extend it back, leg out to the side, and then kick it back. And 1 more. Why? Because we're playing. And then bring that leg through to the lunge. Back knee on the floor. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in reverse prayer. Feel that sense of space now as I inhale, open the collarbones. And then exhale from my back leg. Take that back leg off the floor as I go all the way from the bottom of my foot to the top of my head. Bring it back down. Inhale, open collarbones. And then exhale from that back foot for that fluid connection from head to toe, from toe to head. 1 more time. Knee down, inhale up. And then exhale, that fluid connection. Release the arms down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, we're going to go ahead and vogue it to the front, over the head. Take it down and up the back. Bring it back up. Palm facing the front. Curl fingertips over. So do 1 or 2 more of those. So I'm voguing it over. You know, if you don't even know what I'm talking about with the vogues, have fun making something up. Today's not the day. Well, in this class that I'm sharing, I'm not focusing on precision. If it's a day that you need to, then maybe this practice will help you lighten up with that, or maybe you do need a different practice. And just stay here, allowing your breath to connect to the back of your hand or wherever your hand is on your body. And then release that arm down, and now allow that right leg to go out to the side, letting the knee drop towards the floor. Letting that breath be fluid in you as well. Allow yourself to find fluidity. So this is not a stillness practice per se. This practice is about finding that joint fluid, the synovial fluid, and yet we're supported by fascia, we're supported by fat, we're supported by blood, also skin, bone, organs. So we've got a lot of means of support, muscle, ligaments. Finding that joint fluid, that synovial fluid. Synovial is not a very still fluid. When it's cold, it is more still, but we're warming up, so it's going to get more not still. And then step back to down dog. Now you can play with some stillness. Can you find that breath connection? I'm going to suggest 1-to-1 breath ratio here. Find that connection from feet to hands, from head to toe, from head to tail, from hands to tail. So feet to head, hands to tail, feet to hands, head to tail. And then inhale, come back. Shake it out. And then inhale up. And child's pose down. Just take a moment. And now come back up to fours. Inhale. Now exhale, slide your left leg back behind you. Bum onto the floor. Right arm, scoot a little bit here. Right arm swings up and over, standing on my right leg. Feel that sense of freedom, that joint fluid helping you find connection. And then bring it back down. Hands to the mat. Left knee in, knee to nose. Extend it back, leg to the side, and then kick it back. We'll do that 4 times. Just have some fun. You can make it as swingy, as synovially, or as not swingy, as feels comfortable and safe for you. Okay, I'm doing 5 on this side. Good. Now bring that leg through to the lunge. Arms up. Let's go ahead and double vogue. Bring it over the head. Hands into reverse prayer. Inhale, open the collarbones. Feel that support from the hands on the spine. And then exhale, curl the back toe under. Straighten that back leg as you find that head to toe connection. Release the knee down and inhale back up. And then exhale, find that fluid connection through each vertebrae. It's a synovial class. I'm a little more chatty because that's kind of synovially. Do that one more time. We'll bring in some more structure soon enough. And go ahead and release the arms down. Inhale, left arm up. Vogue it to the front, over the top. Bring it up the back. Take that a few times now. Vogue down, over the head, up the back. That sense of fluid connection. And then just stay there. Delighting in the fluids. Synovial fluid now, finding some sense of ligament or some fascia. Fascia being, let's call it a thicker fluid to give us a little bit more structure. Release your arm down. Place your back knee on the floor again. Now allow your left knee to fall out. So I'm on the outside of my left foot. My ankle I'm not really bending my ankle here. I'm keeping my ankle pretty straight. So the action is really more about in the hip. And then allow the fluid exploration of the spine in this position. And then release into downward facing dog pose. Inhale about 6 counts. Hold for 3, up to 6, and then exhale 6 counts. Draw the abdomen up. As you hold, feel the reverberation of space inside of you now. Remember, space is in there. And for us as human beings that are 70 to 80% water or liquid, Remember, we were born in a water environment, so we are that which birthed us. We are water. And we have some air, which isn't space, in us, but that fluid provides some sort of pressure, some sort of resistance, some sort of structure for our joint space. So that which provides us flexibility, articulation, expression, also comes with the fluid in there. So there's a structure. So we can see ourselves, we can feel ourselves, we can experience ourselves. One more breath. Let's come on down to vajrasana. Back on your heels and take a moment. Let's go ahead and sink over onto your left side, left arm out, vogue across. Take it up the back, other arm. I'm grabbing hands, that position. Inhale, exhale. One more breath here, just with that side bend, allowing that fluidness. Inhale up, extend your right leg out in front of you, facing, and then exhale, forward fold in almost janu, but not really because your arms are in gomukhasana. Just fooling around here. Inhale 6. If you want to, hold the breath for anywhere. You can pause the breath or hold the breath up to 6, and then exhale 6, draw the abdomen up. Otherwise, just inhale 6, exhale 6 is fine. If you are choosing to pause the breath, hold the breath, feel the support of space inside of you. Feel the clarity and support of your space. And in our body, space again is also fluid. And then space is also space. One more breath. Inhale up. Exhale, release the arms. Take the hands back behind you. Open the collarbones. Great. Cross your left ankle over your right leg. Bend the leg up. Hands back behind you. And then inhale, lift the hips up. And then exhale, slide them back behind. Maybe your bum cannot touch the floor there. Inhale up. And then exhale, slide it behind. Have fun. Inhale up. Exhale, slide it behind if you can. Inhale up. Stay there. Couple breaths. And then release the hips down. Opening up the hip socket a little bit more. So I'm bringing my spine closer to my legs. I'm not rounding my spine here. I'm allowing that fluid structure of support to keep it nice and firm, nice and you just like a nice juicy carrot. Yeah. So instead of wilty one, got that fluid in there, giving it some support. From there, if you can lift up that right leg. Release your left leg. Release your arms. That sense of the fluid supporting you as you're floating here. You're floating in the fluid. You're floating in the fluid of space. Now, if you want to, you can just come down any way you like. You can open legs, cross your ankles, hands to the mat. You can do a whole jump back, chaturanga, up dog, down dog here. That would be fun for you. Otherwise, just come out of it any way you like. And then come to vajrasana. And we'll do the other side. Take a moment and feel. I'm having fun. I hope you are. Slide your hips over to the right. Right arm up as we vogue it up and over. Take it back behind you. Left arm. Breathing here. Inhale, 6. Pause or not pause, your choice. Exhale, 6. Draw the abdomen up or not, your choice. So allow the fluid to take you, to let the fluid show you your range of motion. Let the fluid show you where your body feels safe and where your body might feel curious or hesitant, or even sometimes flat out resistant. Good. Inhale, bring your body up. Left leg slides out. Bring the body forward here. If you can't hold your arms in this position for the length of time that I'm doing it here, modified, change your arm position. Inhale, and then exhale, flat back forward into janu or savasaana. Allowing the hands against your spine to really fill with that fluid support. Each vertebrae has that synovial fluid around it. So each vertebrae is cushioned with fluid. So your spine is so articulated. There's so many bones there, supported by not only ligaments and muscles, which we're told about a lot, but also nerves, which are coated in fat. It's also supported by fluid. Pretty groovy, I think. All these places of support that we have in us, and we forget. We try to only ask the same thing over and over for support. Sometimes it's nice to see a more global community support in self. Good. Inhale, come on up. And I'm letting my fluid guide my range of motion. Release the arms. Hands back behind you. Open the collarbones. Feel the sense of space. This can feel great, especially if we've been sort of really self-involved, and there's nothing wrong with that, but really kind of just all into my own stuff and my own work and my own life and my own selfness. It's good to kind of feel a more fluid connection with myself and then others. Cross your right foot over, bend that leg, and then inhale up, and then exhale. If you can slide the hips back without touching the floor, great. If not, do whatever you can do here. Just have some fun with this swingingness. Part of our theme for today with synovial fluid is to invite some new ways of swinging. Carry on as many as you'd like to do, and then just stay there. And release your hips down. Adjusting your wrists however you need to. Now feeling that sense of my fluid supported spine, that fluid melting and opening and softening in my hip socket to cushion and show me my range of motion. Being guided by my fluid, which is to be guided by, 70 to 80% of me. Our fluids might have some sort of insight, I'm just saying. As I allow my fluids to guide my range, to guide my opening, I feel like I'm opening, I experience myself opening in a different way than if I were just to sit here and stretch out my muscles. It has a different temperament, a different quality, different viscosity for me. So if that's interesting to you, play. And then Release the leg, arms, the other leg. Legs can be bent here. And then from here, you can do that thing or roll down vertebra by vertebra. Legs up into L pose. Arms out to the side in cactus or letter T. Inhale. Now feel that sense of fluid as your legs go over to the left, straight legs to the left, head to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, legs over to the, whatever side that is, right, head to the left. Feeling that fluidness inside of me. Take that a couple times. And then, after you've done a few times per side, stay with the legs over to the left. You can grab your, take a hold of your feet with your hands if it reaches. And inhale, 6, hold. Pause, feel into your space. Exhale, 6, draw the abdomen up. Really feel into your space. If you like, maintain contact with your left hand and your right foot, and the left leg, which is the one that's below the right, or at least it is on me because my right leg's on top. Drop it down. And then if you want to take your right hand to your left foot, finish it off in this position. Same breath. Inhale, 6, pause or not pause, up to 6. Exhale, 6, draw the abdomen up. Feeling into your space, no matter which breath variation you're doing. Your fluid space, and then your space. And release. Come onto your back. Take a moment. Mini Shavasana. Legs up into L pose. Arms out to the side. Exhale. Legs over to your right. Hold your toes or your feet with your right hand. Inhale, 6. Pause up to 6. Feeling into your space. Exhale, 6. Draw the abdomen up. Again, whether you're pausing or drawing or simply breathing in and out, you're still feeling into your fluid space and your space. Feeling what's in the spaces of you. My hands touching the wall, and that's kind of interesting because I have contact with it's kind of different. Release your right leg down. Left hand holds right foot. And then release. Onto your back for shavasana. Feel the fluid support underneath your body, as if the earth, as if you're resting on just the right amount of supportive waterbed. Feeling that water coming up, that fluid coming up to meet all of your spaces. So even if there is an air pocket, like underneath your lower back or something like that, imagine, if you will, and maybe feel into it, what would that sensation be like if that air was fluid, if fluid was meeting me and all those little nooks and crannies, if fluid just was supporting me in all those nooks and crannies. If I was supported with my fluidity instead of criticized maybe for it or judged. Where can I be a little more fluid in my life? Where would it serve me to be a little more fluid in my life? Where would it serve me to have a little bit more slipperiness in my mind? That judgment just slip away. Playing over and over negative thoughts. Maybe they can just slide away, or slip. Whoops, there it goes. Whoops. As you rest, supported fluid on fluid here. Even though it's fluid, feel the right amount of structure for you. And now just bask. As if you're being with a pristine mountain lake. And the sun above you could shine all the way through to the bottom. And feel that sun above you shining through that beautiful clear lake of you all the way to the bottom of you. And feel yourself full of sunlight, possibly rainbows and prisms. Shining, glistening, juicy, inspired, and connected. I'm willing to be fluid today. And see where that takes me. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. Wiggle fingers and toes and feel that sloshiness of yourself. Might be good slosh. That succulentness, that juiciness. Chewy. Inspire yourself to roll to either side. And eventually push yourself up after you've basked enough into your loose fetal position, and eventually come to your seated position for finishing for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's my honor, my privilege to share these teachings, these inspirations, and these times with you, feeling that fluid connection between us. Namaste.